So yeah, hi guys. First of all, welcome to the Cracku Stopus Meet, and I hope you guys are enjoying here. And before we start, can you please introduce yourself, like bit of your background, your percentile, and everything?
Okay. Hi, I'm Ritwik. I'm from Hyderabad. I've scored 99.6 in CAT 2025. I graduated from ISR Kolkata as a BSMS student from physics. So I'm looking forward to go into a good B school and work at a good startup where physics is used. So that is somewhat of what I want to do in the future.
Yeah, sure.
I'm Ishani Basak. I'm from Kolkata. I scored a 99.63 and I graduated from the University of Notre Dame with a major in mechanical engineering, a focus on aerospace, and a minor in business. And I'm looking forward to a B school that teaches me to look at things from a business point of view, because I've noticed that people who come from a business background have a different perspective on situations compared to engineers or more technical people. And I want to gain more of that perspective.
Yeah, sure.
Hi, I'm Mukesh. I'm from Guntur, Andhra Pradesh, and this is my second attempt in CAT. So the first attempt I scored just about 84 percentile.
Okay.
This time I scored around 98.86 percentile,
Nice.
and after I did my CSC from IIIT CCT,
Okay.
and after that I joined a startup called Toddle, and then there I worked for around 3 years, and I learned how things are built in a fast-paced startup environment.
Okay.
And my goal is to start a business of my own, so that I wanted to get my MBA done.
Okay. So first of all, guys, congratulations for scoring such a great percentile.
Thank you.
So when you score such a great percentile, it comes with a lot of efforts, right? So like, I just want to know like what your typical day looked like during your CAT preparation period.
So I was essentially unemployed when I was preparing. I didn't have a job. So I would say that it was easier for me than others who had jobs. So my preparation was very staggered at the start. I started about in late August. It was very staggered throughout September. In October, at the end of September, I started to focus on VARC a bit. I wanted to get that right first, because getting to read a lot and getting into the rhythm of reading the passage takes time. So I wanted to get that first. And then I've improved on my VARC, but then I've started to see that my quants were going bad. I was pretty confident that I would do good in quants, but also I suck at solving fast. I hate solving fast. I absolutely hate the concept of solving something fast. So that was one thing I had to get good at in the last part of my preparation. DILR was a very linear progress. But I think where Cracku has helped me the most was the analysis in the mocks were actually on point. They gave me a very good idea about where I have to focus. So I noticed that if I didn't solve a question in the starting 5 minutes of quant, then my quant section went bad. So this was a pattern I noticed. So uh, that actually boosted my score from these micromanaging things boosted my score from 75 to 95 in the last 2 weeks of preparation. So that really helped my prep.
Okay. So Ishani, you were working while preparing for CAT, right?
Yes. When I decided I wanted to take CAT, I was unemployed, traveling. But then I got my job at Excite the week after that. So while I was actually preparing for CAT, I was working there. And my typical schedule would be I would leave home at 8 in the morning and I'd be back home around 7:30, 8 sometimes. And what really helped with that were the sectionals, because VARC is easy for me. DILR was something I realized I needed a lot of practice with, and Quant was something I couldn't do under time pressure. And once I realized that the Cracku sectionals for Quant saved my life, because it made me get a lot more confident with the type of questions I'd be seeing on the actual paper. And more importantly, it showed me how to solve a question paper where I couldn't attempt every single question. And for LRDI, surprisingly, what really helped was doing Sudoku on the treadmill.
Oh yeah,
It changed everything for it because it showed me how to recognize patterns. And then again, on the weekends, I'd do the Cracku sectionals for DILR and Quant. And it really helped my confidence to see my grades go up in that.
Yeah, and in fact, like people really underestimate this solving puzzle thing. Like just you mentioned, like Sudoku helped you, right? So it really helps in LRDA. So right, Mukesh, like you were working while preparing for CAT, right?
No, I
You
was
are-
actually handling my father's business.
Okay, so how did you like manage the business side as well as the CAT preparation?
Correct.
Like how did you?
So this time I did not get much time to prepare. So in the mornings I used to go to handle my father's business,
Okay.
and I used to return home at around 8 p.m.
Okay.
And from then onwards I used to study till midnight. And then that's my typical
Yeah,
day.
so it comes with a lot of sacrifices. No?
Correct.
Yeah. So like see, a lot of guys has the weaker section. Like there's you just mentioned that it was quants and LAD or something. You said like this thing. So how did Cracku help you in improving the scores in your weaker section?
So I think one of the best part of Cracku is it is very very accurate with the cat level which is there, because even sitting in cat 2025 I didn't feel it was way off. I felt the quants were a bit tougher, but I faced a tough quant in the Cracku dash cats as well. So that was a huge help. I mean, after coming out of the exam and after seeing some of the reviews, I got to know that DILR was actually really tough for some people. But I thought my DILR went really well. So that, and the daily targets of course are a huge help for this. But what I like most is how you can program your own schedule around it. Cracku gives you a rough schedule, but you can also have your own schedule. I like that about Cracku, that I could learn according to what my weaknesses are. I could, and it gave me all the information about how I could plan my schedule. So that is where I thought Cracku was really amazing.
Yeah, you took the full course, right?
Yeah, the crash course of 3 months crash course.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, Ishani, you how did you manage your quants, right? How did Cracku help you in that?
Very similar answer. I was fully prepared to see the paper of the actual cat because the quants given Cracku was so similar to it. And once I realized that I couldn't attempt every single question because I'm the sort of person, the second I see a question that I know how to do it, but it's going to take too long, I will still sit and do it. And Cracku taught me not to do that, just to analyze which question can be done in that 3-minute time span versus a question that would definitely kick me past that. And once I started doing more and more of those, the practice really.
Yeah, in fact, Maruti sir also predicted that CAT 2025 is not going to be on the similar side as CAT 2024. He said it's going to be tougher this year. So he intentionally made those mocks a little bit on the tougher side than the CAT 2024. So I think that helped a lot because people like before you guys also saying the same thing because they like the difficulty level of the CAT, right? So like your weaker section was
DILR.
DLR. So like how did you manage? Like DLR, we see a lot of problems, right? Picking up the right set is one of the biggest problems, right? So how did you manage that?
Yeah. So I practice a lot of sets from Cracku, and also the mocks and sectionals are really helpful, especially the analysis part where we have the graph showing that at what particular point of time how much you are attempting and how your attempts went. So that was really helpful for me to analyze my mocks and sectionals.
Okay.
And for DLR also being calm mentally also really helped.
Okay. So guys, like I get this question a lot from the students also. They have this misconception that toppers rarely score low in the mocks. So I'm just curious, like what was your lowest scores in the mocks? Just to not let them feel demotivated if they score low, because this is very true that they are going to score low in some point of time. They will feel demotivated. It's a harsh truth, by the way. So I just want to know, like, what was your lowest scores?
I think like at the end of October, I scored a mock where I scored 50. I barely scored 10 in quants, which was I was very frustrated. I just left studying for 2 days. I thought I would go out, I would have fun, and then I came back, and then quants I was procrastinating on studying all the basics. That was the only problem I did. So I started dialing down on the basics. because it is very boring. I felt quants are very boring. The questions asked are not applicable anywhere in real life. So the revision videos were actually amazing by Sayali ma'am and Bharati sir. The revision videos were what actually got me through a lot of the theory and how to quick tips to solve problems. So that was where I started to see a lot of improvement in my preparation.
Okay. And what about you, Ishani?
My highest percentile ever in a mock was 87.
Oh, really? No way.
So, if anyone's ever feeling demotivated, they should definitely not be demotivated, because at the end of the day, it comes down to your mental preparation and luck on the day of the exam.
Yeah, and yeah, your confidence also matters a lot on that day.
And I think the only reason I did well was because I was mentally prepared about what I would see, and I was prepared to tackle it.
Okay, that's great, man. Like,
Yeah, my lowest total score was just around 30.
Okay.
I used to score in the last year, and my biggest setback was CAT 2024, where I couldn't even clear the cutoff for DILR.
Oh, okay.
So I just got around 40 percentile in DILR,
Okay.
and some 8 marks or something. From there, the main thing is you should not lose hope.
Yeah.
So you just need to keep putting in effort, and one day you'll succeed.
Yeah, so that's a pretty good advice, right? And like, what are the it was your first attempt or the second one?
It was my first serious attempt. I attempted once last year, but it was a casual attempt.
Okay, and yours was the first,
First attempt.
and yours was the
Second attempt.
second attempt. So, what are the things that you did wrong in the first attempt, and you just improvised in the second attempt, and you scored such a great percentile? Because people want to know, like,
I mean, so for my first attempt was just because my roommate was giving it. I gave my first attempt. But even then, I scored 27 in quants because a night before the exam, I gave one mock, one full mock. I realized that there were a lot of questions which had linear equations.
yeah.
So I just I went into the exam saying I will only do linear equation questions. So this is one thing I think I'm good at. I tend to be very selective on what I want to do. So CAT is not much of a theory based exam like JEE, where it is highly theoretical. I have a lot of portion to cover. CAT doesn't have that, but it has to be really strategic, I think.
Okay. And Ishani, when exactly did you start your CAT preparation seriously, right?
Seriously, around September.
Around September. So it's like very short time that you have given for the.
I have a very short attention span. I have major ADHD. So I cannot start, and if I started it too early, I would have burnt out. So when I decided to actually start in September, I think that was the perfect time for me.
Okay. And one bit of advice that you want to give to the future aspirants who just, I think you have started a bit late, right? So if you feel like you have done these mistakes, that you don't want the future aspirants to do the same mistake. So what was that would be?
More than a mistake, I think it's very important to know what your strengths and weaknesses are. And once you've identified your weaknesses, to figure out how to improve on them. Because knowing how to do that helped me more than the actual content. Yeah. So once I realized, like, I was fine with VARC, I didn't practice it as much. Okay. Once I realized Quant needed a kind of repetitive practicing, I did that. Okay. LRDI was more of just making sure I could recognize patterns and puzzles.
Okay. So yeah, that's great advice. Like,
yeah. So last year, like, I did a lot of mistakes in my preparation. The first thing is, I used to study only one subject for 3-4 days continuously.
Oh, okay.
Like even 1 week also. So I think that was the biggest mistake, because CAT is an exam where you need to get in touch with every subject regularly. So even if you take a break for like 2 weeks from one subject, you tend to lose touch in that.
Yeah.
So that is the first advice. Every day you do something in every subject.
Okay.
And the second thing is like not attempting enough mocks. So we tend to do a lot of practice, but I did not attempt enough mocks last year. So the exam day scenario, like, I got panicked in the exam. Okay. And the third thing is, like, in LRDA, like, try to cover all the topics. Last year, like, I did all the major topics except charts and games and tournaments. Okay. But the whole paper came from charts and games and tournaments only.
Yeah, I remember.
Then the panic, like, because of that panic, I ruined my whole attempt. So the advice I would try to give is, like, cover every topic.
Yeah,
Uh,
and most importantly, the high weightage topics,
Correct.
right? So yeah, that's it. Like, so
I would just like to add one point. Like, if it is about giving advice, I had this conversation at my gym. So one of I told my friends that I got 99.6. One bhaiya came to me and he was like, "How did you score?" It was like, I mean, he told me that CAT is difficult than UPSC. So I think this is a perception that people have, that CAT is very, very difficult, but CAT is actually pretty easy. It is not a difficult exam. I think that people should keep this in mind, and also keep in mind that it is a competitive exam. It is only for you to get into somewhere, get into an MBA program. It is not something that you should, take it really hard on yourself. And you should be able to see your mistakes and keep improving.
yeah, and like one of the most, I would say one of the biggest mistake they do is they don't keep that consistency that it requires, right? Because for that only, Marju sir came up with this idea of daily target, if you know about.
Yeah.
Right. So he was like, I want them to be consistent. I want them to do something in every section. So yeah, I think that is working well for the students.
Yeah,
So
I would like to tell one more important advice. Like,
yeah.
many people tend to focus on the result,
Yeah.
but we should not focus on the result. Actually, just put in the effort. Like, even in the D-Day, many people, like last time, even while attending the exam, we get in the back of my mind ki, like how I'm performing, good or not, those kind of thoughts. Many people tend to lose in those thoughts and ruin their attempt.
Yeah.
So just focus on the effort and focus on the work. Don't care about the result.
Yeah, that's a great advice, I would say.
Yeah, thanks.
So yeah, thank you so much, guys, for the joining, and like I hope you are enjoying, and a lot of fun is going to be there. So yeah, thank you so much.